no fuel. We're waiting on the leader to make his way down. Ross Chastain, no adjustments as he's down and away. But here comes Ryan Blaney. Here comes Kyle Larson. The call just went out. Pit now, back up, and Kyle Larson slides. He hits the barrier to the driver's right. Sand flying everywhere. It's going to be a hard hit for Kyle Larson. This one could put the wraps on the afternoon for him.
And that will put us under the caution flag. A big hit by Kyle Larson as he was coming down pit road. He hit the blunt end of the pit wall, protected by the sand barriers. Let's go to pit road. Kyle Larson is there.
Larson was severe damage on the right front of that race car. He just said, guys, I locked it up trying to get on here hard and make up some ground against Ryan Blaney. Blaney had an advantage of about 4 car lengths coming down, and quickly Kyle Larson ran out of real estate to the outside wall. He hit those outside barriers, the sand barriers that protect the inside concrete. It knocked half of the barrier on the inside on pit wall. There's a lid of some of those cans out midway through the racetrack.
He did clip the back of the Ryan Blaney car before rocketing off to the driver's right when he hit those bright yellow barrels full of sand. So Blaney got a little dent in the back corner of his race car.
All right, so the way that I saw it, and Todd, tell me if I'm wrong, Kyle Larson was rocketing off of turn 4 to get to pit road. Ryan Blaney was in front of Kyle Larson when they got to the apron by 15 to 20 car lengths. By the time they got to the access road or right there at the pit line, he had caught him, hit him, and then deflected out and picked off the great big sand barrels.
Your description's right on there. It's just Kyle Larson trying to beat him at pit road. They're both coming at the same time. It was a good 10 car length separation. Blaney probably a little bit conservative coming to make sure when you got a car that's leading, you don't want to make the mistake. And I feel like Larson tried to get a little too much there and put himself in a situation. Kind of got blind, locked up tires, and got into that sand barrier.
Well, now it's worth talking about because Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, and a handful of others had made pit stops. They are going to be pinned a lap down right now. Chastain is the first car on the 1 lap down. Haven't heard from NASCAR who the free pass is going to be. Larson is also being scored a lap down. Brad Keselowski a lap down, and Truex a lap down.
Unbelievable. And Kyle Larson back on pit road. And while that damage looks maybe superficial, I can't imagine that it is. Jason, he hammered those barrels at the end or the entrance of pit road.
Well, the one thing about it shows the resiliency of this race car. The toe is knocked out a little bit on that right front is what Cliff Daniels just told him. Let's focus and concentrate on that. Get that tire back straight. But really, when you look at the body, it pushed back in. They can pop it back out a little more, but not significant amount of damage on what you would expect after such a hard hit. He did get lucky in one aspect. When he hit those sand barrels to the driver's right, he was pulling the wheel back to the left, kept it from hitting the concrete. That would have been very detrimental for the rest of his day.
Well, he's behind the 8 ball right now as the rest of that team continues to work on the damage of the right front of the Kyle Larson car. As we sit, Denny Hamlin is the race leader.